In the heart of the forge where the embers glow, Emphr searches high and low for the steel that sings like a blade of fire. He'll face the dark and never tire. The cost, the weight he bears through endless nights and battle stares. Each strike of the hammer, each swing of the blade. The journey is long, but he's unafraid. Through the ash and smoke, the flames grow higher. He won't back down and forge his desire. Steel in his heart and fire in his eyes. He'll rise above, he'll touch the sky. Steel in the fire, forged in the night. A hero's path, a warrior's fight. He'll seek the power in the iron's call. Through the flames he'll conquer all. For every battle, for every test.
Hello, welcome to another podcast of PAX Day, Search for Steel. And whatever conversation we can drum up. So let me do some housekeeping real quick. Let's see what we got. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for these notes. There we go. Always checking to see if my voice has come through. And because there's a couple times where it did, and it was very disappointing. So welcome. Let me do the traditional reading in the chat, because that's what we do here. All right, let's see. I am going to do a lot of talking and skilling tonight, so I thought I'd prepare a few topics that were interesting. And the first one was the paradox of choices. Yeah, and this goes into a little bit of leadership and just our daily grind, I suppose. So essentially, my thoughts as we begin this discussion in a moment, because I just thought of something. I did not finish the housekeeping. It's important to finish housekeeping. All right. So 51 episodes. We will be continuing the trek into this new world. Looks like my neighbors are not here yet. Interesting. And I still need to do some world exploration. So I might just go down to or go up. Actually, I don't think I've been all the way to this new biome. And there's another biome over here that I haven't been to. So to make it easy, I might just go up this road. Just go straight up. See what happens. Avoiding combat because I'll go in my leather armor. As you can see, the map is still it's different on this server, and they added some lower left-hand corner guides. So far, I think I've been in most of these. I'm going to the Corrupted Plains tonight. I've been pretty much everywhere else except the Whispering Woods, maybe. But as you can see, the locations of different areas and enemies are definitely a nice touch to this new map. And I love the fact that they have two different quarry icons, meaning one's minor, one's major. Like this one is iron, and I'm betting this one is not. So we'll figure those icons out as we move along tonight. So that's a little bit of housekeeping that I need to go over. Let me ensure that I have all the food. I definitely got the potions. But definitely the food I need for this journey. And it looks like one of my food sources is going to end soon. So it's good that I can, I always do this. There we go. There we go. It's almost done. And it was done. There we go. Okay, cool. Do that. Top off that. And we're going to have to make more sausage. I think I did, actually. Just never. Oh, no. Guess not. Such rosemary. I gotta find more rosemary. So that's definitely one thing. I got 2 axes, or I'm sorry, 2 pickaxes. I'm gonna keep the. Actually, I'm gonna trade one out for an axe because we don't know what kind of new type of tree or resource we're gonna find when we fell a tree. So I'm gonna do that. And since I'm not there to, this is more explanation, exploratory. I don't really need to gather resources, but I will. So I'll probably pick up another weapon just in case to replace the weapons that take the most damage. There we go. Take 2 of those, and I'm not bringing my good armor. I don't need to. I know I got stuff in here. I think it's all wrought iron. Yeah. I think the last one is something different. Oh no, that's a wrought iron. I've been doing some mining during the week. I think the glass is what I'm looking at. Yeah, lots of glass. Nice. So that's making potion bottles. So they made potions a little bit more realistic. So in order to do potions, you need to have bottles. I guess they were watching some anime and they're like, "Where did the potion bottle come from?" It doesn't matter. It's not part of the story. Oh, we gotta make the potion bottles first before I actually. And I do the large potion bottles right here. I can only do 2. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Let's see if I can do it. It's very easy, but I can screw up very easy. Just like all of us, right? Ah, this is easy. I can do it. Oh crap! Yeah, I thought I could do it. I think I actually got enough for a vial, so I'll do that as well. And that gives me a little bit more experience, and I have a little bit more on the vials that I can use for potions. I'll put them in here. There we go. All right, cool. And with that, I have enough potion bottles with me. And as we know, we all would jump from that house just like that. All right, so I am going to basically go exactly the way I'm pointing. There's a road up there. So let's go. All right. Our first topic. And if you write in, we can interact and in your comments. I'm always happy to be wrong because I learned stuff. And that's the first. And if you are with me on this channel for any length of time, you'll come to understand my fundamental philosophy is I don't know everything. I'll look it up, and sometimes that's wrong. So I need sources of information, uh, and I will, given a good source of information, change my opinion on stuff. So keep that in mind as you're listening. I don't get everything right for sure, but I will correct the mistakes if I know about them. And sometimes I come to the wrong conclusions. And I think if everybody started to hold everybody to account in the same way, themselves included, I believe in general we would have a better world, honestly. Now, if I remember correctly, this path actually ends. Is that a deer? Yeah, that's a deer. As long as it's a deer, not a dire, I'll be happy. I want to see if I can. I think there's a dire wolf over here. It'd be kind of cool if the dire wolves actually attacked the deer. If they just get tired of running, they're like, "Yeah, I'm getting out of my zone, dude." See if I can bring them up. Ooh, got him. Got him again. Missed him a third time. He hits so hard. Oh, I thought I had him. Ah, come on. Now I'm just gonna have to take a potion of healing after this. Hit pretty hard. That's all right. So, and this is a good segue into the topic tonight. Is look how many choices you have in this game. It's amazing. So, are too many choices making us less happy or more happy? It's a age old question if you think about it. And let's think about it. So if I have really, there we go. That potion didn't do anything for me. I'm gonna have to. I have to take this a little bit less aggressive because of my hit points. That's all right. We'll do a little bit of battling here. Oh, I missed it. Ah, come on. I took it a little too aggressive, honestly. All right. Let's hope that my hit points go up, even though I took a potion of healing. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to swim across here because I don't want to go all the way down that road and find another dire. And they said they were better on the swimming stamina. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's much better. Stamina loss. All right. Now I know I can cross here. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So back to the choices. I just made one, right? So and as you can imagine, what was my thought pattern on that choice? Well, first it was logical. Am I going to make it? Do I have enough stamina? I went down the list of things. In a game, I really didn't care if I didn't make it because, of course, I can just respawn. Which I am happy that they do that in this game. Otherwise, it'd be very tough. This game would be very tough. But as you can see, as we're moving through we have choices to make, right? In this, I think we can apply it to today in our marketplace as well. Amazon, for example, I'm not getting paid by Amazon. Amazon, for example, has a lot of choices in one subject, right? That you are looking to, or that you're looking to purchase, right? So if I look at, I don't know, batteries, in specific AA batteries, I have several choices of AA batteries, right? That would be the dumbest thing for an animal to do, this run, right? All right, anyway. Oh, and by the way, when I do take a pause, it is for a nice, refreshing Zevia 0 calorie, 0 sugar drink. And I'm running without keyboard. So as you hear the silence, it's me quenching my parched mouth. Let's see. Yeah, choices. Yeah, if you're on, let me know how many choices a day do you think you make? And of those choices, how many choices do you have within the choices? Meaning, if you're going out to eat, how many choices do you have? Right? You narrow it down. You use your decision making process to narrow it down, which is expected. You have to narrow it down, right? If you didn't, I mean, you what do they call that? It's called decision paralysis, I want to say. And you don't move, you don't do anything. I love the visibility loss here. They did a really good job, actually. All right, so I just have to go straight up toward the shrine. So hopefully I won't meet anybody. So I'm actually not prepared to do anything too crazy tonight. Let's see. So decision making, is it harder with more? Yeah. Do you find it? Do you find you have, you just become paralyzed with a decision? Is this lime? I don't need lime, but it is lime. I forgot about that in here. If I ever need limestone, I'll come back. I'm beyond that skill right now, however. So there's that. Let's see, where do I want to go? If I go straight, I think I can just go straight. Let's go straight. Let's go straight. It's very hard to see right now. I gotta bring the mic closer. There we go. Bring the mic closer. So I actually have a vision of my screen. Yeah, I've made a lot of decisions today. Of course, that's part of my definitely part of my skill set. My job is to make decisions, which is a component of what we're talking about, but mostly that's a bear. Gotta keep running. Someday I'll be able to take a bear. Just not right now. But we're talking about decisions at your house, when you go out to eat, in the store. Say you're buying toothpaste. How many decisions, how many choices do you have there? So is it making us less happy that we have all these decisions? And I would argue no. I'd say, well, I'll revise that answer quickly. I think each of us has a need to make decisions, right? We all have this scale. Some of us make decisions easier than others. Some of us are accepting of our decisions and choices. Some have buyer's remorse, right? I made a decision, but man, I regret it because X, Y, Z. So I think having more decisions to make a day, choices in the world, good thing for some people, not so good for other people, which just brings us back to culture in general and people in general. We have a we're all individuals. We all have different wants, needs, and desires. I think the freedom to choose is a good thing to have, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the amount of choices are good for us mentally, right? Some of us, like I said, some of us we're fine. Some of us, and I'll even go one step further. I'm fine on certain things, but I'm not fine on other things. Meaning, there's some choices I make. I'll give you a great example. I am about to purchase some AI art assistance because, as if you followed me for any period of time, no, I'm not a great artist. I've never shown it, but let's just say I'm not a great artist. So, with that said, I need help. I can describe what I want, and then when I see it, I know what I like. Like a lot of people, right? Do you like art? Yeah, I'll know. I'll know art when I see it. I'll know the art that I like when I see it, and that's okay. That's art. I mean, that's great. Kind of like podcasts. Do you come to watch me play a game, or do you come to listen to me pontificate on choices tonight, right? And run away from bears. Lots of runaways. What's this? Oh, red apples. I'll take some. I haven't seen red apples yet. So now I'm going into another biome. So I have to be very wary on the creatures where they are. Well, like that one. That was bad. And I gotta be careful to where I run so I don't go into something. Another creature, right? Alright. Let's see. Let's look behind us. Oh, elderberries. Elderberries I can make syrup off of, so anytime I see them, they're worth the look. This is golden poppy. I'll take the golden poppy. Why not? I'm not here for resource gathering, but it's opportunity, so I'll do that. All right, where am I going now? I've been running from the bear for so long. I want to make a right. There we go. I like how he moves the bow. Oh, golden poppy. And this is where walking helps you in this game, so just FYI. Pro tip. Walking is good. Oh, and you don't come up with bears as frequently. Man, there's a lot of bears in here. Oh, look at that. Trying to take the shortest distance between 2 points. All right. So back to choices, culture, and it's funny because I usually query the AI for information because it's a great aggregator of information, right? And I think we can all agree with that. Sometimes it gets it wrong, but so do I. So I'm not worried about that so much. But the GPT that I'm using is basically saying, does asking the question, right? Does having too many choices make us less happy? And discuss how decision making is influenced by options and the balance between freedom and simplicity. There is beauty in simplicity. I think we can all agree on that. Alfalfa. I'll take alfalfa. But yeah, it's interesting how how the GPT frames the conversation. Happy is that's a big one, I think. I'm trying to make choices down. Will it make me less happy? If I run into a bear, it'll make me less happy. What's that? Thought I ran through something. Oh, elderberry. That's what I thought. Ooh, rosemary. Definitely take rosemary. Glad I came back. All right. Now we start walking. I don't need to rush this. So happiness is a you know what, let's, for sake of the conversation, we really should, what is happiness? Well, let's just ask, what is happiness? Make it very generic. And it's even going to say this is complex. Wow. Yeah, no, this is really good. So it's both a fleeting emotional experience, like joy and pleasure, and a deeper, more enduring sense of contentment or purpose. That's a good summary. But yeah, it started spitting out like let's define this. Happiness refers to a state of well-being characterized by positive emotions, satisfaction, and a sense of fulfillment. So let's throw that out there. So happiness, positive emotions. I think we all can kind of grasp that, right? That's an affirmative, right? Makes sense. It goes back to our earlier conversations in podcasts, common sense. But let's not debate common sense again. But Black Committee, we'll take it. And my cursor's off the window. So I wasted an arrow. I really, retrieving arrows would be nice. That's all right. All right, I'm really gonna go into this biome. Okay. So with satisfaction, it's that one I think that's an interesting topic, right? Happiness it has a component of satisfaction. I think breaking it down a little bit more simplistically might throw us into a better position to answer whether or not choices make us happy, right? If you think about choices in and of themselves, other granite, okay. I saw movement. That's a bear. Let's go this way. So am I even in the biome? I'm getting there. I gotta go there. All right. So let's hug this rock. Aristotle viewed happiness as a flourishing or living well. Yeah. No, I can see that. But when he argues it, he uses two types of litmus tests. One litmus test is living a life of virtue and fulfilling one's potential. He doesn't look at fleeting pleasures as happiness. And I would argue, yeah, that makes sense. So when we're talking about choices, we really want to look at the choices we make that endure, right? And what we don't want to do is focus on I'm in the new biome. Okay. Cool. I'm okay with that. What we don't want to do is make choices that are fleeting. Ooh, these take steel. All right. They take steel. Whoa, what the? That is a person. Zai something? I don't see him. There he is. What is he? Whispering soul. And that made him angry. He's doing 40 to me. I gotta run. Ah, crap. Keep running. That's a diseased boar. Not good. Luckily, I have those potions that I can increase my stamina while I'm on the run. All right. So I should be. Wow. That was harsh. I can't even get in that biome. Not this direction. All right, let's see what we have here. I don't know if I can. No, there's the bear. Okay. These four I can't take. Okay. So Aristotle's saying, life of virtue, it's not a fleeting pleasure. So, okay. That's a fair point, right? Happiness has limits, so to speak. All right, let's see. So Epicureanism. I have no idea what this is. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's a philosophy of some type. But the overall suggestion of happiness is the absence of pain and the presence of simple pleasures like what is it? Uh, friendship and tranquility. Hmm. Okay. And this all leads back to choices. What makes us happy, right? You never thought happiness would be such a definition. You usually just know happiness, right? Or do we? And I think maybe we don't know happiness, thereby making us less happy and more whimsical, if you will. That might be the proper word use of that. Man, trying to get this biome is going to be a pain in the butt. Let's see. Utilitarianism is a different story. So that is saying maximization of pleasure and minimalization of pain. That's probably the worst definition I've seen. The maximization of pleasure and the minimalization of pain. Really? Really? That's happiness? I can't agree with that at all. That's utilitarianism. No, there's a lot I won't agree with that philosophy on. That's the philosophy that says that uses the if you see a trolley car and you have five people on one track and one person on the other, that's a thought experiment, right? Let's see, existentialism. Oh yeah, I want to hear this one. Um, is subjective and tied to creating meaning in an otherwise indifferent universe. Oh boy. Oh boy. Subjective. Happiness is subjective. I yeah, I guess it would be if you think about what people's virtues are and uh, actually achieving one's life's potential if you take Aristotle's view of that, right? So the that's interesting. It's interesting that I am on a freaking mountain. I gotta get around to that area, I guess. Can't believe I got in there and just random wandering monsters. Maybe if I get on the road and look in here. Yeah, let's get on the road. If I can find the road. It should be down here somewhere. I thought I was closer to the road than that. I suppose not. Yeah, I guess I am farther than I thought. All right. Ooh, bear. Crap. Let's see if I can get past him. It's catching up. Here's the road. And that's a doggy. All right, so I don't have to worry about him. Maybe a rock? Okay. All right, so let's see. That was existentialism. I don't like the subjective nature of existentialism, and that might be one of my points you might want to bring up is why don't I, right? I think it's a subjective nature. If it's subjective, then there's no real definition, right? It's malleable. It's well, it's yielding to anything, right? What makes you happy. So you can say that finite immediate pleasure makes you happy, right? And that's a problem for me. I keep saying right. Oh my god, I got to take some more communications. Um, communication courses by Vin. I'm not sure. Let me look that up for you because Vin is amazing. He's a YouTuber, but he's a voice coach. What I wouldn't say voice coach. I'd say he's communications coach. But I find him very well schooled in the communication in communications. I have to look up my yeah there. I don't think I can search him, of course. And I don't think Vin is his first name. And I don't think I can. Let me see if I can look him up. Vinhl. Or no, I think it's Vin Truin. No, not him. Not him. Which Vin is it? Something Vin. There he is. Vin Gain. Ooh, I am butchering that. Giang. He's a he describes himself as a communication skills teacher, part entrepreneur, part magician. He says, yes, I'm a little bit of both. And I don't have my notification on, so I will turn that on for him. He's brilliant. He does a lot of shorts that I learn a lot off of. And I highly advise tuning in, if not to his lectures, but certainly listening to some of his short topics, his YouTube shorts. All right, so let's see. So it's interesting. I thought that would bring it up. So ChatGPT brings in happiness, right? And it brings in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs was built on as well. So it's not just his pyramid, but there's a build on that pyramid. So if you ever encounter Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's 2 papers that he wrote about these. So the hierarchy, of course, but also it's there's an additional hierarchy as well. So we actually had an addendum essentially. So in his, if you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, fulfilling basic needs like safety and belonging and achieving self-actualization or reaching one's fullest potential would create happiness. There's more to it, and I think it's worth diving into Maslow's hierarchy of needs and additional. Let's see if ChatGPT understands that gibberish that I just gave it. If it does, I'm very impressed with AI. It did. It understood. Understood. It understood. All right. So the full model is basic psychological needs, safety needs, love and belonging, esteem needs, self actualization, cognitive needs, aesthetic needs, and transcendent needs. So when you're thinking in terms of happiness, and he's saying safety, security, and stability, and belonging, and personal relationships and community are keys to happiness or aspects of happiness that you would want to explore, right? I don't see it up here. I see a wall. Let's continue on this way. So the other ones, the expanded, are the cognitive, aesthetic, and transcendence needs. So the you might have only heard up to self-actualization at the top of the pyramid, right? But then he refined his model, adding 3 additional levels above self-actualization. So once you reach self-actualization and anything above that, you're happy, right? So love and belonging and safety for sure. So as we tear apart happiness, or define it, tear apart, as we define it for a better conversation. Ooh, Cloudberry. I don't know if I use Cloudberry in anything. Let me examine it. Oh, missing string table entry. Okay, so yeah, we can't use it yet. I know where it is. That's okay. And I gotta keep on what I'm eating here. Let's see. So I think we've defined happiness enough, right? So let's go back to choices. Choices that don't make us happy, we avoid. However, choices that don't make us or don't make us feel a certain way, but would be beneficial or add to our happiness, although being tough or work to achieve happiness, we might avoid as well. So, given Baskin Robbins 31 flavors, right? We have a lot to choose from. And, oh, man, I really want to be able to take bear soon. But so when we're talking about happiness in the context of our first subject, which is choices, we have to break it down a little bit. And I think that is a proper way of breaking down the paradox of choice, right? Or really anything that you break out of. I think this is limestone. Man, I gotta remember where this limestone is. Like I've been finding. I wanted limestone the other day. All right. Let's see. So when you're, yeah, I'd like to hear it in the comments. Let me know about your choices. What you make in a day? How many you make in a day? Are you sold on the choices? Are you more? What kind is it? It's a direwolf. I can take a direwolf. Let's do this first, though. I can't believe I blocked that. I'm just battling through him because I took a potion that dulls his damage. Wow, that last damage didn't dull too much. That's all right. We gained our entry in. Now I can move a little bit faster through here because I don't want them to respawn right on top of me. I like how they created the level thing, but the other one was like level 16. These are level 24s, and I can take these more than I can take a level 17 or a level 16 soul. Oh. Ah, I did 4. Ah, crap. And yes, stop your swing. I'm glad they reduced the damage on the shield. Come on. If I need that, I would have just taken him out. Alright. I've already encountered 2 freaking direwolves already. That's crazy. This force must be really deadly. Maybe it already knows that people would come this way instead of going right in. What's this, Rosehip? Oh, broke current. I can do that. That was the easier plant to get in the other one. Gotta get out of this tunnel though. Skull caps. Skull caps are useful. All right. So what's our next topic anyway? Um, oh, leadership across cultures is I've written a couple papers on this, so I actually can. Like I said, I have ChatGPT kind of randomize my stuff, but leadership across cultures is pretty. I'm pretty solid on that. Like I said, I've written a couple articles on it and a couple research papers on it. Essentially, your biggest consideration with with leadership across cultures is understanding the culture that you are. Ah, you got that really fast. Oh, I thought I got it. Oh, really? Well, now I'm taking damage. How is that? Oh, goodness. That was horrible. Let me walk to the next one as I heal from that horrible, horrible impact. Horrible combat. So, leadership across culture. The first thing you want to do is research the culture that you're leading in. You don't want to, you want to understand the cultural norms. You want to understand the faux pas. You want to understand everything about the culture. Um, Meaning, and when I say everything, obviously you're not going to know everything, but you want to ask everybody around you. For example, if I were going to teach in China, I would ask certain things, right? So Nightshade's not used yet. So the things I would ask local people, right? Where I am, what kind of holidays, how do you celebrate the holidays? One thing that, yeah, anywhere in the world, right? How do you treat death? And it's a very important question. And it's very telling if you don't ask it. For example, as a leader, and if I'm a manager in an area, no, we're walking away. And you're a leader in an area, and you don't ask that question, and you think that 3 days grieving is the expected and requirement for the area. Of course, you'll know the the country laws that you're leading in for sure. But the overall aspect to the leadership position is you want to know what culturally, like, do you send flowers as a company, or do you just stand back for a week or two and then you send flowers? Is it rude to ask for certain information about the death, right? So there's a lot to it as far as understanding the culture and leadership in that culture. Will you have to form your leadership for that culture, right? You don't want what you don't want to do is make an incredibly stupid move because you didn't know about the culture. You lose the confidence of your team, you lose the confidence of the people around you. You basically are, it's not a good position to be in a leader because once you lose confidence as a leader, it's hard to regain it back. It's not impossible, but it certainly is hard. Different cultures do things differently. End of story. What your job is as a leader is to understand those differences and lead appropriately. They say 24. Looks like I'm only getting two. I could have got three there. And then when he growls, I think he does more damage. Really? I thought I had him there. See, I took a lot less damage because I was smart. A lot of badgers in this area, too. Do they just hop on the combat and make it tougher for you? I don't know. Where am I headed? Oh, I'm really far in this forest. I need to go left. Actually, I need to go through the forest. Okay. Yeah, so I put it simply and briefly. Ask questions about leadership in other cultures. The being a global leader is different than being a local leader. For sure. Absolutely. Now it's incumbent upon someone who is a global leader. Let's say your team was created and they all are, oh boy, where the freak did that dire wolf come from? I don't know what kind of boar that was. Are you serious? It's an old boar. I could have taken it. I am just running around. Let's run this way. Past everybody. Maybe we'll run past the bear. Badgers. Do they really want people to kill these just to kill them? Alright, well, if I ever need to kill a lot of badgers, I know where to come. Apple tree. The one thing I do as a leader is I want people to understand if they're working for me in a certain capacity, in my country, I want them to understand that they need to understand the culture that I'm in as well. For example, if you come to America and you're working in America, understand the culture in America, right? I'll understand your culture for sure, but you'll have to assimilate at some point in time, unless you're going back to your own country, and then we'll have those conversations as well. hell? There's like beasts all over the place here. Lots of beasts. And a badger. And I got back to the road. Alright, so if I want to hunt dire wolves. Dire wolves, I come up here and hunt. 100%. Oh, look at that. I could have did 3 there. Could have did 3 there. Yeah. Oh. Oh, come on. I'll wait until he attacks next and get the timing down again. There we go. My stamina is going low too. So not only am I fighting him, my stamina is like taking a hit. Is that all right? So Nightshade definitely here. Are you serious? Freaking badgers, man. Is that a bear? Yeah, it's a bear. And that's a direwolf. Gee whiz. Ah, it's 2 direwolves. Crap. We'll run past the bear too. And the badger. Holy crap. Talking about a lot of. I never encountered this much stuff. I thought it was just 1 direwolf, so that was my mistake. Lesson learned. I've never seen this many animals. And that is a old boar. Okay, I can take an old boar. Yeah, so ask me anything about leadership, especially cultural leadership. I did a lot of studying about cultural leadership. So let's see how long it takes. I could have did 4. Looks like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, he got me. Wow. I didn't expect the second boar to come up. That's all right, but my God. Where am I? I'm by an old gate. I really gotta go that way. Did I clear a path of animals? No. That looks like a dire wolf. I need a potion. These are no joke. I should have brought my armor. That's a bear. Let's see if I can hit him. Maybe over there? Really? He's right there. I'd like to get 3 arrows in them. Wow. Oh, come on. Oh, puppy. Wow, he's reared up on his hind legs on that one. Ah. There we go. Now I can go this way. So this forest is a landmine of monsters. Make sure I don't come up on anything. This forest is no joke. Can I just come back to the road? Seriously? I don't want the road. I want to go this way. There's a big that's a portal that collapsed. I'll take a minute here. Okay, what's our next topic? That one's kind of short because there's not much you can say. Well, there's a lot you can say about it, but without questions coming back at me, I don't think I could actually do anything. And we saw some good combat there, so some strategy there for the game anyway. Let me end on cultural adaptation of teams. When you have a worldwide team, you have to understand time zone differences and the expectation of work. So as a leader, you have to really adhere to or give people the indication that they are not supposed to work outside of their working hours. And then you set that expectation in your team as to not bother people while they're outside their working hours. So I wanted to put that in there because that's so difficult sometimes to convey to people. Ulade. Let's go to Ulade. I think I can. That's down this road though. Down the road of death. If I stay to this side, maybe. That's a boar up there, isn't it? Is that a boar or a bear? It's a bear. Oh, there's another dog. There's two. You know what? I'm going on my own friend because it's going to be way too difficult with this armor. I explored too far north. There we go. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so I hope you get a little bit out of that leadership thing because that's interesting. And let's tie it into the original conversation, choices and happiness. As a leader, you are responsible for the business but also the people. And I want to say it in a certain way, but I don't want to drag this out to something that isn't an actual thing. For example, you're not responsible for people's happiness, but you have to set them up to be happy. I don't know if I'm conveying that properly. Meaning, I take it upon myself and to create an environment where people have the ability to be happy, right? They have the choice to be happy, and we go back to choices. But I like to give them that choice because ultimately, that choice is sometimes taken away from people when when they work somewhere, and I say taken away, what I mean by that is many people don't feel they are in a position to lose their job or walk away. I feel that way myself, right? So you have that trapped feeling. Not a bad thing. Well, no, that is a bad thing. Sorry, it's a bad thing. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. If you feel you're trapped in a job, it's time to continuously look for another job. I'm not saying the grass is greener, but what I am saying is there's certain aspects of your life that you have to craft happiness. I forget who said it. I want to say it was John Lennon, but I'm probably totally off on this. But it was once said by somebody that uh, you're he was asked by a teacher. Our teachers asked his kid, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And they said, "Happy." And the teacher was like, "No, no, no, no. That's wrong. You can't want that." I mean, and to me, it was just an appalling statement, right? Who's the teacher to tell my kid whether or not that's you ask them what they want to be when they grow up and they say happy, then that's what they want to be when they grow up. Um, but it's a smart answer, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be happy. As we've discussed happiness today, I highly advise if you're not happy in your position or your job, then you move positions. And some of us just can't simply move positions. I get that. I do get that. But you're going to have to maintain the level of happiness that you can achieve within that dynamic or in that situation. So in a way, you're really looking at being trapped. You're if you don't think you can go anywhere, right? And you truly feel you're not happy. And like I said, happiness should be your goal. It's happiness should be the leadership's goal. Why? Why do I say that? Because leaders have an inherent responsibility to the company. Well, managers do, but a good leader will understand that a happy person will produce far greater yields than an unhappy person or someone who feels that they're trapped. If they don't think they can go to another job and get a better job, you know, a, a job that's worth a salt in their mind, right? Some people do. Well, I wouldn't say your job always affects your happiness, right? For sure. I don't think that people should allow it to happen that way. Right. There we go. Got him on the hind quarter, but still, at least I'm not having to deal with bears and wolves every 2 seconds. At least I knew where to go when I want to hunt them. So that's good. See, bring in the positive out of the. I'm just gonna fire at that guy. That's funny. Let's talk with him. I don't know if that's a. I love it. That's cool. Now I'll remember his name, right? And I think there's a friends list that they're starting to pick up in the game. So there's my first interaction. I think 51 episodes. Wow. Usually people don't interact as well. They interact, but not as much. But it does. Oh, I'm thinking I had my. It's polite just to bring your bow out again. Customs, right? You're making customs in the game, right? And that's a good thing. And we craft these customs and these manners in games because we want to play a game that we want to be happy during the play of the game, right? And really fine. We'll get these. Wow, he didn't move. Usually they run, but yeah, and this is where a game could teach leaders, right, and teach individuals in different cultures. Um, you really make up a culture within the game, which is kind of cool if you think about it. Because in this game, there's no. I mean, could I have attacked them? I think I could have, even though we're not in a. Well, no. I don't think I could have. I don't think that would have registered because I think I was not in a party. This is in the other world, but I was not in a party with people, and I was firing, helping him out with a bear at the time, and some wolves. And afterward, we had a great conversation. But ultimately, the idea is, wow. Um, that thing wants to get back up. It's like, I'm not down. I'm not dead yet. Monty Python's get there. Not dead yet. I thought I saw something. That's all right. I'm just doing it for skinning. I need to get my skinning up. And just killing animals gets your skinning up. So uh yeah, so bringing it back to happiness and leadership into the game as well. I mean, you saw the interaction. Go ahead and rewind it and kind of go through the interaction. I stayed in character, right? Saying the north, I didn't say where I was or what kind of biome I was in. I wanted to keep it as uh, role playing as possible. Like if he really wanted to know where in the north, I should be able to hit with this. All right, fine. Wasted arrows at this point. Yeah, so I don't waste arrows. So yeah, as you can see, the culture builds, right? I didn't attack him. I wasn't rude to him. We exchanged, like he was saying, I was a traveler. He was an older adventurer, and if I had more time, I would have been a little bit more uh, like, hey, you gotta stop by and tell me about your adventures all the time, right? And that would have been more role playing, and it would have added to the game experience for both of us, thereby, I believe, making us both happy. Right? Where I'm not happy in games, unless I'm prepared, and this is why I like this game a lot. Until I go through a specific gate, I don't have to fight anybody if I don't want to. None. I don't have to worry about getting attacked by anybody. We can have cordial conversations, etc., etc. So you play the game the way you want to in the safe areas or the peace areas, right? And then in the other areas, you let's try that one more time. Oh, man. I really want a bow I can hit from there. I should be able to hit from here, though. So, happiness, culture, all this ties together, right? And if you take the time as an individual to learn all this stuff and and not kind of, but you take the time to really think about your position. And when you get really into role playing, you can think about the position of your character as not yourself, right? In this case, Emphr is a nice guy. He wouldn't, he wouldn't try to hurt a fly if he didn't have to, but he's a hunter, so he understands the hunt, right? So I developed this character, this persona, in order to come up with his responses. Let's see, where is most of this going? Looks like some alchemy, some food. Got these collars. I don't know where I put the collars. I think I put them in here. No. I'm gonna have to really organize this stuff before I forget. Let me put him here. I'll put those there. Done. And then what I want to do is I actually want to something I saw here. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have room unless I create it. I'll come back for it. Let me go drop off some skins. I haven't run skins through the leather thing in a while. I have so many in storage. You have no idea. Like, I'll have 10 ready for rawhide again. So as games go, I think immersion is important. It's some people would call it escapism. Okay, I don't use it for escapism. What I use it for is to come on, be in a different world where the problems of this world are not. So I guess escapism to a point, not to the detriment though. That's what I want to make my point. Not to the detriment. Partly, I'd be playing this game whether I was on a podcast or not. I thought, let's share the podcast and learn about stuff and talk about different cultural and leadership aspects, philosophical, because that's where my mind is, right? Even on LinkedIn, and seriously, go to my profile on LinkedIn or look at my articles. I write them because they are needed in today's society. A lot of people like these modern leadership um, styles, and they're valid. But where is the basis for these leadership styles? It has to come from somewhere. I always like to tell people, and it's not a slight, but I like to tell people that there's really no leadership thought that hasn't been thought of yet. And what I mean by that is the leadership, even leadership. How should I say it? Leadership papers and such. They draw off of an existing body of knowledge. Somebody's going by my house. That be? That's Christoph. Okay. All right. He didn't say higher. Let's see if I need more. See if I can make that into generic good. I gotta get used to the icons again. But yeah, to the point I was trying to make is ultimately we are looking and happiness, right? Through gaming is escapism. Yeah, I'm sure. I think I can yield that point. Yeah, I could yield that point, but it's also practice for me, right? In different aspects of the game, I like to tie things to the game, in the game world, and improve myself in doing so. Right? Really? Okay, let's see if I have room in here. Yeah, yeah, of course. I'm one away. It's flattered. Flattered. No, it's only 15. And also, the games make me think strategically, so I do like that as well. It's very cool to think strategically and plan out. Like, this house is not done. You got to get this done. In the real world, I need to get this done too. But like I said, escapism. All right, I got it. So yeah, these are the things I usually like to do ultimately, and tie everything together, especially when we're having a conversation about uh, life and philosophy and such, because I think everybody owes it to themselves, especially to understand where these ideas come from. Ideas, there are new ideas. That's not what I'm saying. However, most ideas are built upon a foundation of learning, and that learning usually includes some of the more um, or the different aspects of of uh of life, right, and learning. So as technology evolves, it might be different, but it's uh, certainly not new on a lot of levels. Like I said, not all for sure, but on a lot of levels, it's definitely part of the definitely part of the body of knowledge that already exists. And like I said, new ideas come up all the time, all the time. However, you can probably marry them to some ancient philosophy. There's, like I said, in LinkedIn articles that I write, I took ancient philosophers. About, I think I took 5 different ones, if I remember right. It's been a while since I read the articles. One was an Indian philosopher, one was a Chinese philosopher, a couple Greek philosophers, and I think I actually did one on Machiavelli too, so an Italian philosopher. But I tried to spread it out, and that goes back to the conversation we were having about culture. I like to write for everybody. If somebody can cross culturally use something I'm writing, that would be awesome, right? That's the goal. And same with the conversations here on the podcast. What I do on the podcast is try to introduce people to different ideas or to challenge their thinking, their standard way of thinking. Right? Does that mean they're thinking wrong? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is people have a tendency to not build on themselves or define things or miss it. Not define things correctly. Like happiness. How many of you listened to the definition of happiness and said, yeah, I knew that. If you did, that's awesome. However, I didn't put that really together, especially with all the other philosophies. That when you read the definition of happiness, it's interesting because some people say that happiness is working, not necessarily in a job you love, don't get me wrong, but the actual act of producing something or using your labor to produce something and not gain money for it. Gaining money doesn't make you happy. It's the process in which you do the job that provides that happiness. And I think, for example, if you don't like a job but you come home at the end of the day and you can put that job behind you, that job created finances for you to pursue something for you to be happy, the pursuit of happiness, if you will. So I want everybody to understand that we're not lawyers at heart, but we need to use the meanings of the words properly, or at least not use the Urban Dictionary definitions. And some of those could be correct, but my point is, let's look up what it is and actually think about our foundational beliefs. I believe it was episode 47 or 48. I can't remember. But I went over foundational beliefs and what it takes to actually change a core belief in you. And it takes a pretty substantive um, direct action or some kind of trauma to really shake your core belief system. And it's interesting because it doesn't take it to build your core belief system, right? Yeah, when you're younger, it's said that there's a certain age in which you develop all your virtues, all your core beliefs, right? As I think it was I can't remember who said it. Let me ask ChatGPT, and I'll paraphrase. Who stated, and I am paraphrasing. If you give me your child until age 7, I will have them believe in religion their entire life. I'm hoping ChatGPT actually finds the exact quote because it's telling on so many levels of our core development, how young minds especially are fabricating the reality around them and perceiving inputs and how they're perceiving those inputs. It looks like Saint Ignatius of Loyola, La Jolla, La Jolla. He said, "Give me a child until he is 7. I will give you the man." And it was said the founder of the Jesuit order, Society of Jesus, so Saint Ignatius. The exact origin, it says, is debated, but it's also often he's giving credit for it. And that tells you basically a lot of psychological information, even in 1491 to 1556. That's when he lived. So let's say 1500, 1520. In 1520, let's say he said this when he was older, right? He came to realize that psychological and sociological theories in early childhood are critical for the formation of shaping values, beliefs, and identity. And it makes complete sense. Now, breaking out of those as we look at our conversation about beliefs, breaking out of those takes an event, normally traumatic, just an event, a significant event. Marriage being positive is one of those. Having a baby is a positive effect that can change your belief systems. All of these can definitely change your belief systems. So I highly advise challenging some of the belief systems. I'm not saying challenge all of your belief systems, But every once in a while, take stock and take inventory of your childhood and say, why did I come to believe this? So staunch, uh, why is it so written in stone for me? Right? And it could be any belief. I'm not talking about religion. Although for me, it happened on religious grounds, at least partly. Maybe I'll tell you that story later. Cedia. But yeah, we have gone over tonight as far as exploration is concerned. So maybe I change into our into my other garments, and we stay a little bit. Oh, I did that. I did that. There we go. Oh, sometimes, and I gotta write this in the feedback. Sometimes that's not what I was looking for. Sometimes the chest does not provide a good stable foundation to hit I call it the G button because it is. And basically G just shuttles everything over without eating or consuming it. And I don't need my potions. Potions are expensive now. Oh, boy. There we go. So I do that, and then I have to take off most of my equipment. Like I don't need that and that and that. That's about it. And now I am ready for housework. Got my leathers, got my blacksmithing stuff on. Look at that. Little hammer, little blacksmithing stuff. Little close up of my character there. It's pretty good in detail too. Gotta love the material. This looks more like leather, honestly. But that's all right. That's all right. They did a good job. It's from a distance it looks better. It looks more like leather. All right, where am I gonna put this stuff? I'll put it in here. I remember where it is. I used to have a cabinet. I have to be very careful and cautious where I put those cabinets. And let's see if anybody's around. Nope, nobody's around. Okay. What's that like gonna do real quick? Oh, pick up all the iron. So yeah, feedback. Any in the comments section, or if anybody's listening, I don't see anybody in the chat, but yeah, these are things I think about, and as I'm playing a game, I apply them to the game too, right? What is life? What is this reality? What is consciousness? Why do we uh, why do we perceive it in the way we do? What's life after death? Is there a life after death? Right? There's all kinds of stuff I think about when I play this game, especially. But ultimately, I like to hear and socialize with people outside my norm. I can put it that way. And I can take on a persona that I don't normally take on. Sometimes I feel safer taking on the persona in game, right? Which is one aspect of the game. We'll go into. I'm sure we can go into a little bit of that as we play the game. You know what? I just saw 25. There we go. See if I can make more files. Yeah, I can. So if I do it, oh boy. Okay. That would have sucked if I didn't. Look at that, 4,000 experience, but I need 1,000,000. So basically, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, they have to rebalance their experience. I don't think it's balanced yet. Nowhere close, because you don't get near enough experience points for what you're crafting. Let's see how many I can stack. Okay, probably 20. Okay. This is 10. This goes to my jewelry. There we go. Tomorrow we'll talk about some other aspects of the game, especially. I'm trying to think what I need to. There we go. Let me go grab my hammer so I can build chests because I need a couple up there. There we go. And then I think I have a chest or two in here. Not this one. Maybe this one. Not that one. I thought I saw like quite a few chests. Maybe it's all the way down on the other end. Okay, fine. It's this one. And this acts like a game of memory for you. So think about the aspects of the mental exercise you can attain. There we go. I don't know where I'm going to put this though. Thing now furnishings. There it is. That's the back. Is that the back? That's the back. It's the front. Okay. Move it to here. All right. And I am making a few more modifications, but ultimately I am prepared to purchase an AI suite where I can craft videos and put the music I'm creating in video format, and I'll put that on my other channels. So please check that out when that comes out. I'm going to close out right now for the game. There's a couple things that I want to do tomorrow night, so I don't want to do them tonight. Also, let me know if you want to see Elite Dangerous. They're updating that game, and I'll probably do it in a format similar to this because, yeah, I tried another way, and I'm like, there is a way I can do it, but it's going to take a lot of production, and I don't want to. I want to be able to put at least one out a week, right? Of that one. Throne and Liberty too hard to play. Although if you want to talk game as we're playing, and that's fine. I think we can do that. So throw it in the comments section for sure. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends if you think this is good content, or if I say something that might pique their interest. I would be happy to answer any comments. I don't have many comments at all. If I don't think I have any comments, honestly. Yeah, I don't have any comments like on any of my 50. So yeah, I will probably, if you ask me a question, I'll definitely do that. DM me on X as well. Calciano Daniel 1 at Calciano Daniel 1. So just my last name, first name, and the number 1. And then I'll talk to you on there as well. What other things do I have for you? Yeah, tomorrow night. That's what we'll do. We'll do some more PAX Day. We'll adventure a little bit more because the biomes. I can't believe I couldn't get into that biome. That is crazy. We get to the top of the map though. That's an achievement. On the outro, you'll hear music by me and Suno, composed by Suno, written by me and AI. What else do I have for you? thanks for staying till the end. If you did stay to the end, I hope you contact me if you need any help or advice, or if you have any suggestions. That would be great too. Okay, until tomorrow, have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day. Until we see each other, be safe and keep everybody around you safe as well. Be kind to everyone.
With every step, a lesson learned. From fire's heat to the fields I've turned. The blade and bow, the forge and flame. I sharpen my skills, I play the game. Each day brings a challenge I must face. I train my hands with careful grace. From alchemy's art to the hunter's way, I'll find the strength to seize the day. I carve my path, I walk the line, in the shadow of the ancient sign. Through trial and toil, I'll find my way, learning more with each passing day. The skill of survival, the will to thrive, in a world where the strong survive. I'll face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight. From the herbs I find to the iron I mold, each lesson learned is a story told. The stars above, they guide my hand. As I hone my craft, I take my stand. In the quiet woods, in the mountains chill, I push myself, I shape my will. With each new tool and every lore, I'm stronger now than I was before. I carve my path, I walk the line, in the shadow of the ancient sign. Through trial and toil, I'll find my way, learning more with each passing day. The skill of survival, the will to thrive, in a world where the strong survive. I'll face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight. The road is long, but I won't turn back. The lessons I learned keep me on track. With each new skill, the stronger I grow. In the face of the storm, I let my courage show. I've tasted defeat, I felt the sting, but I rise again with each new spring. For knowledge is power, and wisdom the key. I'm forging my path, I'm breaking free. The skill of survival, the will to thrive, in a world where the strong survive. I'll face the night, I'll take the chance. I'm ready to fight, to learn to dance. For every strike and every fall, I'm building my strength, I'm standing tall. In the heart of the wild and the calm of the night, I gather my skills, I'm ready to fight.